Hi. So this is the first time that I've gone live on here, I think. And so I've been seeing a lot of discussion about the effect that other energies have on people. And so I wanted to talk about that, and so the different strategies and so on. So thank you if you're joining me. So when you are affected by other energies, whether it's other people or whether it's the planets or it's the moon, one of the reasons why that is so, it's because we don't have a handle on our own energy bodies. And so instead of going out and looking at, well, what planet is the moon going into this particular month, or what's happening in the stars, or what's happening with the Schumann resonance, or whatever it is, right? All of that is outside coming in or affecting our energy. And so if we don't know how to work with our own energy body, then we sometimes feel like we are at we are kind of at the mercy of these other energies and finding out what they are and how long is it going to last. Is it retrograde? Is it the moon going to be in a certain planet for so many days, and now I'm going to have to change what I do? And the idea is that what you want to do is you want to be able to manage your own energy system. You want to be able to to control how those energies affect you. So you don't necessarily want you don't want to wait until something passes, right? So that you can feel better. It's like you want to have the skill in your own of your own energy body. Like you want to understand how the system works, so that then you can change it, so that you can change it in the moment. So you don't have to wait until this weekend or whenever the moon is changing or whatever it is. And so for me, one of the major skill sets that I learned, so even beyond all the growth and self-development and everything, all the learning that I did on my own path, one of the things that I still didn't really understand, like when people used a particular term, I didn't really understand, well, what does that mean for me? So for example, one of those was, well, you need to ground. And I would hear that all the time. Well, you need to ground. The answer is to ground. And so, well, but what does that mean? And how exactly do I do that? What does it feel like for me? And a lot of times the explanations and the strategies that other people had didn't really work for me. And the reason why is because when I learned how to work with my energy system, was because depending on what type of grounding I needed, different things were going to work. So it's not like one size fits all for your energy system. So that's why it's really important for you to learn what the system is, know all the different structures that make up the system, and then be able to work with it, so that so if you think of when you're driving a car, sometimes you accelerate and sometimes you decelerate, right? Sometimes you need to move out of somebody's way. And so there's different things that you do depending on the situation that you are in. And so you want to think of this vehicle, which is our body, in the same way. So depending on what you are being affected by, then you want to know, oh, okay, well, that means that I need grounding, or, oh, well, that means that I need to work on this other structure. And these are, because I'm feeling this particular way, then I know this is the particular strategy to use. And so when I learned that it was a system and that it had these different parts, and then I could pull, you can think of them as levers, right? I could pull this particular lever to get this particular outcome or to change my energy in this particular way. And so it wasn't, and so learning the structures and learning the how they all work together, then that allowed me to be able to not be affected by these things, you know. So when somebody says, oh, you know, what's going on with the planets, you know, the energy feels really dense, I'm not affected by it in the same way that other people are, because I know when I feel something, I know how to go in and look at the structures, and I know how to shift it. And that is one of the things that we're going to be covering in the class that starts next week, which is called Mastering Your Energy Body. And we're going to be teaching all of those different, all of the different structures. We're going to be teaching the whole system. And then we're going to be having you practice and working with it individually and working with each of the structures, and then working with all the structures together, so that then you know how it works for you, and so that you start building that mastery for yourself, so that you can do this yourself. So if you're wanting to learn more about your energy body and to learn how to work with your energy body so that you can be the master of your own system, then check out the link that's in my bio that has more information.